there's some double entendres to this new Trump attack on DeSantis that I think is being missed by maybe the mainstream press. So, I mean, without further ado, let's get right to it. Trump put out this advertisement.
Ron Desantis loves sticking his fingers where they don't belong. And we're not just talking about pudding. DeSantis has his dirty fingers all over senior entitlements. Like cutting Medicare, slashing Social Security,
Jesus Christ.
even raising our retirement age. Tell Ron DeSantis to keep his pudding fingers off our money. Oh, and somebody get this man a spoon.
Make America Great Again, Inc. is responsible for the content of this app.
So gross.
It's so gross. And you know what? It's a very effective use of an aspect of Ron DeSantis that I really poo-pooed. I did not, pardon the pun. I really did not. I didn't care. Like, I didn't care about that. The Thai food, I barely cared about that. Because I just think like he's like a Guantanamo hatchet man. He's got like actual stuff in his closet. However, like the Trump team, they attack Republicans better than anybody. And yeah, great MVR. That's a smear campaign. That was a story that he stuck his fingers in pudding and they initially scoffed it off.
So I have to admit, Matt, I didn't even hear about the original pudding incident. Could you just like fill me in briefly?
It's just like aides report that he would just like in the middle of being briefed or something, just open a pudding and eat it with his fingers. And it's like gross, but it like to me it's like it's trivia. But it's
But
also
not for Trump, dude. I mean, it's like, could you imagine like a Bernie attack ad on Hillary? Remember, there's one from her. This actually got released by WikiLeaks, I think, when they did the email dump, and she like her lunch order was hot dog, no bun, which is pretty funny. Like if you know, we need some hitters on our side, is all I'm saying. Like a Bernie ad with the hot, I'm just waving around a hot dog or something.
Yeah, I mean, and there's this other stuff. So I've always thought, and I don't know how close Roger Stone is in this Trump campaign now. I imagine he's probably some distance. I think there's some liability, so they probably are all laying low a little bit. I don't know, but the way that the Roger Stone sort of spirit, I think, lives on, and in the way that like when Trump said the stuff about Ted Cruz's dad and JFK, I've long thought that this was Roger Stone sort of using some knowledge or even like kind of knowledge to imply like actually Rafael Cruz, he might not have like assassinated JFK, but he might have been CIA because frankly a lot of say petroleum industry Cuban exiles with experience under Batista, the CIA paid them a visit. So I've long thought that, and this one is also, there's a story going on right now that just came out about DeSantis. Lib Crusher tweeted out a few of these about Ken Sturman. Ken Sturman, this is from a Bruno Navarro for dailymail.co.uk. Kent Sturman, the political donor behind Ron DeSantis' rapid rise to prominence, took his own life after he was accused of having an inappropriate relationship with an underage teen. A Daily Mail investigation is revealed. Now that is developing. There's also the DeSantis stuff with the girls at the school. Like there's some sort of innuendo here, and there's also been like Trump making sort of homophobic, like, is DeSantis gay, which is what I sort of initially read this as. But I think there's like that sort of like an innuendo is also being like very heavily suggested here.
Yeah, I mean, like the thing is that like Trump will go there, and at this point, in politics for Trump at least, like Trump is a very hittable target too, like in the sense of like Trump having a lot of strange and unseemly dealings in the past. But at a certain point, like you have to imagine that like the Trump fatigue like sort of helps him out in the sense that like everyone who's heard the stuff about Trump and they're on one side or the other on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, he's like, I think Felix Chapo said that he's like a white hat. That he's got them all convinced he's a white hat pedophile. Like he's only hanging out with those people to try to
get him later.
Yeah. And I mean, well, I guess just to invoke another Chapo guy, Matt Christman made an interesting point about DeSantis, which is that he has to run given the nature of terms in Florida.
Yeah,
otherwise he's going to be an irrelevant. So
this is it for
that's
him.
an interesting thing. Like, because I mean, it just feels like he's getting blown straight out of the water before leaving port. But if he has to run, I mean,
I guess it is starting to get to be like shit or get off the pot time too for people.
Yeah.
Right. We're getting to that because, like, I'm still curious if Abbott's going to run or not. I still think if Trump's destroying DeSantis, he's destroying Abbott too.
That'd be funny. What do you think he'd go after him with?
I think Abbott would try to be more of like, these guys are both nuts. I'm the guy who does the shit that you want and is normal, but the problem is, like, that's not what the Republicans want right now.
Yeah, it's boring.
Him wheeling out there and saying that kind of shit. Like, like he does look. Abbott is a really brilliant legal mind, and he uses that for absolute evil. And he's a brutal and effective user of state power too. In some ways, I think that he probably is even better than DeSantis, frankly, and like how he like the shit that he does here.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Saying that, like, it puts you to sleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it is funny that like the Texan cowboy hat guy is going to come and be the normal one.
I don't know. I mean, I can't. I mean, he's trying to angle himself up for that. I think there's no doubt about it. But I mean, it's probably getting to a moment right now. Like, he probably needs to make a move in the next couple months or sit it out.
Right. Yeah, sit out, buddy. I got this one.
But then, I think it'd be good for the country if he ran, just because it's like if he could just get smacked by Trump for 6-7 months, and then Sleepy Joe walks through it or whatever, like let Abbott just sort of be like knocked down by Trump, because like let's say there's a post-Trump Republican primary, like maybe he's able to do. I don't know, if like your goal is to get Abbott as far away from the White House as possible, it's like probably hope that he's going to run in the next couple of months.
It'd be so funny if Trump just like spends the primary shitting all over Republicans and then loses in the general, like for like the next 4 elections, just like because like can't deal with him.
Oh yeah, like he's a blocker basically.
Yeah, exactly.
You just get like 4 cycles of Democratic dominance, and Trump just like keeps the rest of the right at bay.
It's not inconceivable to me, given if his health is okay. Like,
well, do you remember when he put out an ad, which I have to say was like an insane Trump ad? It might have been the midterms, like 2018 or something like that. And it was that song that's like da 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 da, and it was just like Trump 24, Trump 28, Trump 32, Trump 36. It was just like,
yes,
yeah,
but those are just primaries.
Just like continuing to run forever. Would be, I don't know. That'd probably be the best for the country, frankly.
Exactly. Like, yeah. It would also like make him unable to clear the he's actually a Democratic plant charges, which was, remember those days back in the early primary?
Those were pretty good.
They tried to make that like the Ted Cruz guys tried to be like, yeah, he's actually the Democrats' stalking horse.
Did you see his new NFTs?
Yes. I mean, the thing about those though is like it's like $99 a pop. Significantly lower than I feel like NFTs previously went, and it's almost just like a donation at that point. Like, 100%. It doesn't feel like it's anymore. Like, for those folks, I don't feel bad for them, because it's like I don't think they're trying to resell this in 4 years. I think they just want to give Trump $99 and look at like Trump crossing the Delaware.
I wish I had that brain that's just like, I just need to give this guy like $100 right now. Exactly. Little Donnie needs like my $100 right now. Who's going to save the country? Yeah, man, it's dark.